this is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. We're looking at the MACDs, the moving averages and the day's support, resistance and pivot levels along with the Fibonacci's. It is Monday, the 5th of April. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the US dollar, it's bearish start to the day. Looking at the hourly candlesticks, you're going to see Bitcoin avoid a fallback through the pivot at 57,740 to support a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 58,980. We'll need to see support from the broader market for Bitcoin to break out from 58,500 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, bet that first major resistance level and resistance at 59,000 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, we've got the March swing high 61,699 to test before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 59,720. A fallback through the 57,740 pivot will bring the first major support level at 57,000 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should stay clear of sub 55s. Second major support level of 55,760 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, we got a narrowing of the bullish histograms. Could see a possible bearish cross, so need to keep an eye on that through the morning. That's supporting the early pullback. On the EMA after yesterday's bearish cross, the 50 through the 100, we're also seeing the 50 pull back from the 100 and narrow in on the 200, suggesting further downside ahead. So failure to move back through the pivot at 57,740 would leave support levels in play on the day. Moving across to Ethereum against the US dollar, also bearish this morning. Going to need to see Ethereum avoid a fall through the pivot at 2050 to support a run at the first major resistance level at 2120. We need to see support from the broader market for Ethereum to break out from yesterday's high. That was at 2093.07. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Ethereum target resistance at 2200 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 2163. A fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 2007 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should still well clear of sub 1900s. Second major support level at 1937 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACD, we've got a bearish cross this morning, supporting this early pullback. On the EMA, 50 is holding its ground against the 100 and the 200, however, so inconclusive there. Need to keep an eye on that. So keep through the early part of the day, avoid the pivot at 2050 and break out from yesterday's high, 2093.07, to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, the support levels will come into play. Moving across to Ethereum against the US dollar, also bearish this morning. Going to need to see Ethereum avoid a fallback through the pivot at 200 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 207. Support from the broader market to break out from yesterday's high at 204.74. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 210 to cap any upside. Event of an extended rally, could see Litecoin target resistance at 220 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 213. Fallback through the pivot would bring the 23.6% fib and the first major support level, both at 195, into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should stay clear of second major support level at 187. Looking at the MACD, we've got a marked narrowing of the bullish histograms and we could see a possible bearish cross there, so keep an eye on that. On the EMAs, the 50 is also narrowing in on the 100 and the 200, suggesting downside ahead. So keep through the early part of the day, avoid a fallback through the pivot at 200 and move back through to 205 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will be in play. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, choppy start to the day. Going to need to Ripple's XRP avoid the pivot at 0.6125 to bring the first major resistance level at 0.6575 into play. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Ripple's XRP to break through to 0.65. So barring an extended rally all day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Ripple's XRP target 0.7s before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 0.6804. A fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 0.5896 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should stay clear of sub 0.55. Second major support level sits at 0.5446. Looking at the MACD, we've got a widening of the bullish histogram this morning, supporting some upside ahead. On the EMA, we're also seeing the 50 pull away from the 100 and the 200, which is a bullish indicator. So keep through the early part of the day, avoid the pivot at 0.6125 and break through to 0.65 levels to target 0.7s. Failure to do that and support levels will come into play.